I just got to wait for this thing to go live. So apparently we're live now. There we go. A little bit more light. What's up, people? Dude, it is Friday. Freaking Freaky Friday. I don't know. It's just another Friday here for me. In lockdown, in quarantine, locked in my office, staying away from people. Here I am. Here we go. To the one person that's watching this video right now, it's like, hey, send in your comments. I think you can comment. I think that's available for you right now. But a lot going on. First thing I want to touch on is how debate is such a healthy thing if we keep it to a healthy conversation level, respectful, not name calling, not calling people stupid or whatever it is that is a negative kind of connotation for people. There was I talked about this before, Masaru Emoto, who did the study on words effect on water. Simply just having the words on the glass of the water and how it changed the crystallization depending on the type of word that was used, which was really fascinating. So, healthy debate is healthy because we need to, that's how we learn. That's how we educate each other. Not everybody's right. And the thing is, like, I don't care about being right. Like, I don't have the desire to be right like I used to. And that's an ego-driven thing. And I've learned how to control my ego because I don't need to be right. I just want to know what is right. What is the right decision through this whole thing? And to me, that goes to the debate. It's like, we need to be able to communicate with each other in a healthy way that drives interest, intrigue, and actual information and truth, because we need to have the truth, not just some ridiculous dialogue with name calling and things like that. So kudos to a lot of the people that I've been talking to recently. We've been having good, honest, healthy discussion. It's needed. It's necessary. With the division that's gone on in this country for so long, this virus and this quarantining is actually bringing us closer together because we have to. We don't have a choice. Like, our society's threatened right now. It's a pandemic. It's an epidemic at this point. It's a plague that has been unleashed on our society, not just in America, but everywhere globally. And right now we need to come together more than ever. So it's great. I'm so appreciative of those that I've had a dialogue with who've been respectful, and we've had good conversation. I've learned a lot. I've learned about things that I needed to learn. To be upfront and honest with you, I try to be as compassionate and understanding of people's positions and why they're concerned about this thing, because it is a serious issue to a lot of people. I respect it. I understand it. I've got friends who have their children are immune compromised, or they're immune compromised themselves, or they've got, friends, family that are older, that are, at risk. And I'm, please trust me when I say, like, I feel that bigly. Like, I've learned in recent years that I'm more of an empath than I realized. It just took me a long time to get there. And, I read a lot of books on spirituality and things like that. And that really helped me connect to my inner self. Meditation, yoga, karate, and reading books on changing your thoughts and changing your life. Wayne Dyer. A lot of people sitting at home right now watching videos. If you get a chance, you have to watch. You don't have to. You do whatever you want. But I strongly recommend that you watch Wayne Dyer's movie called The Shift. The Shift. You can get it on, I think it's free on YouTube. Look it up. It's about a 2-hour movie, and it's so powerful. He was such an influential philosophical doctor, therapist, psychologist, who's changed so many lives. I mean, he's no longer alive, unfortunately. I'm super sad that I missed out on meeting him in person, because he's done so much for my life and has meant so much for me. But he's still changing lives. He's still changing the world, even though he's not here anymore, because he wrote books on how to improve yourself and self-improvement and reaching out and connecting to the universe, and how to do that. And so that's helped me in debate and dialogue and things like that. So moving on, next thing I just want to bring up is, like, this whole, like, where we are in society as far as the middle. We're basically in the middle on what we need to be doing. Like a lot of people are saying we need to have martial law. And I don't necessarily disagree with that, because people need to stop traveling. Like we're quarantining ourselves right in our homes, but then there's still people out there traveling from state to state. There's still planes going on. There's still people moving from country to country. It's like we need to shut down state borders, not just national borders, state borders. We need to stop people from moving around. We need people to stay put. If we really want to stop the spread of this thing, then the only thing that needs to be moving right now is food trucks, medical supply trucks, and basic necessity trucks. Like we've an urgent need for truck drivers right now. Like I seriously thought about, like, maybe I need to sign up to be a truck driver so we can deliver goods. Seriously, if there's a job you're looking for, get into the truck driving industry right now. Like if you have to have your license, your class C license. But if you don't have it, then obviously you're not able to help out at this time. But those who have it, get in a truck right now, because we need those people to keep delivering goods. But that should be the only thing that's on the road right now. If we're seriously concerned about this thing at the level that we're concerned with the quarantining, there needs to be nobody out on the streets. And if that's the case, and this is the problem, is that society's still going on. There's still traveling. There's still people going to work. But we're transmitting this disease, and we're still paying our debts. Like I still got payments for my house, my car, my shed, all this stuff. If we're going to quarantine people, and we're really going to take this seriously and stop the transmission of this disease, everything needs to stop. Time basically needs to stop. We need to be able to encourage people to literally sit on their couches and not do anything, because that's where we're at. They need money. Government's talking about sending people money for $1,000 or whatever it is. That money needs to be reserved for food. That's it. And medical supplies, things like that. Like everything else is not important. We need to cure this thing. We need to come up with an answer. So leading right into that is that I just learned, I talked about it yesterday, that my mom sent me an article about this company that is, they've been studying hydroxychloroquine, which is apparently a drug that fights off malaria and helps your immune system. And that's really great. So this company's from Israel is going to send us these drugs, like 10 million tablets of this drug that people can take, that supposedly in small studies so far has dealt with this coronavirus, this C19. That's a great thing, obviously. But my question is, what are the side effects? So we send all these drugs, we get all these drugs from this company, and then we start taking these drugs. What's the side effect to the thing? And that's the scary part. And I ended up looking that up because I'm curious. I don't want to just get information and just take it for face value, saying, oh, this is really great. Like they're going to send us all these drugs, and we're going to pop these pills and chew down some drugs and take them and eat them. And everything's going to be great. Like it's going to cure us of the C19. But is it going to give you a heart attack? Is it going to give you something else that's catastrophic, that hurts you, kills you, damages you, and forces you into the hospital? Do we know what this thing does beside help us with the C19? Maybe it does. We don't even know if it will, in fact, cure the problem. There's an article that was written about it, and Trump was caught boosting this drug that they're going to hand out, saying it's so great and it's going to cure C19. And the FDA walked back those comments from Trump and were like, whoa, slow down. This has not been approved as the cure or as the solution. So great. So I don't know if I got to go to my this article to see if I can look at it while I'm doing YouTube. So we'll see if this still works. Am I still there? I guess I'm still there. So on the WebMD website, you got hydroxychloroquine sulfate. It has its uses and its side effects. I already posted on my Facebook page the link to this site. And the side effects, if you go to that, it says nausea, stomach cramps, loss of appetite, diarrhea, dizziness, or headache may occur. If any of these effects persist or worsen, notify your doctor or pharmacist promptly. Remember that your doctor has prescribed this medication because he or she has judged that the benefit to you is greater than the risk of side effects. Okay, that's great. Many people using this medication do not have serious side effects. Tell your doctor, many people, it doesn't say how many, it doesn't say the percentages of people that don't experience the side effects, it just says many. Tell your doctor right away if you have any serious side effects, including arm, leg, back pain, slow heartbeat, symptoms of heart failure, such as shortness of breath, swelling in your ankles and feet, unusual tiredness, unusual sudden weight gain, hair loss, color change, mental mood changes, example, anxiety, depression, rare thoughts of suicide, hallucinations, ringing in the ears, hearing loss, worsening of skin conditions, psoriasis, severe stomach, abdominal pain, severe nausea, vomiting, easy bleeding, brushing, signs of infection, example, fever, persistent sore throat, dark urine, yellowing eyes and skin. This medication may rarely cause low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. Tell your doctor right away if you develop symptoms of low blood sugar, such as sweating, shaking, hunger, blurred vision, dizziness, or tingling hands and feet. If you have diabetes, be sure to check your blood sugars regularly. Your doctor may need to adjust your diabetes medication. This medication may rarely cause serious, sometimes permanent, eye problems or muscle nerve damage, especially if you take it for a long time. Get medical help right away if you have any very serious side effects, including sensitivity to light, vision changes, example, blurred vision, seeing light flashes, streaks, halos, missing blacked out areas of vision, muscle weakness, numbness, tingling, pain of the arms and legs. Get medical help right away if you have any serious side effects, including chest pain, fast irregular heartbeat, severe dizziness, fainting seizures. A very serious allergic reaction to this drug is rare. However, get medical help right away if you notice any symptoms of a serious allergic reaction, including rash, itching, swelling, especially of the face, tongue, throat, dizziness, and trouble breathing. This is not a complete list of side effects. If you notice other effects not listed above, contact your doctor or pharmacist. Deep breath. Deep frigging breath. But it could cure C19. Could. It might. It might not. And it might give you a friggin' stroke. So they're going to ship all these drugs over to the US for people to start popping drugs who, if you're on medication already, or if you have issues already, this drug might not help you, it might actually hurt you based on the side effects. So you got to be really careful. You can't just start popping these pills and because you got C19 or you don't have it and you're afraid of getting it. So you got to be careful out there. So now you got to call your doctor to see if you're allowed to have this medication, this drug that's being given to us for free. So you got to question these things. You got to check your sources. You got to research these types of things that are so important. They're vital to knowledge and understanding of what we're dealing with and what we're going through and what they're trying to send us and put in our bodies, right? So that's the stuff I do. I don't just say, oh, this is great, they came up with an answer. I have to research what the answer is so I know if it actually works. So to me, 5 weeks ago, it was 5 weeks ago on Wednesday, I'm lucky as shit because 5 weeks ago Wednesday, I ended up with this water machine. And I am freaking blessed because I know what it does for me. I know what it does for my body. I know it changes the pH in my stomach. It changes the pH in my body, in my blood, in the water in my body, in the molecules in my cells. It changes it from a lower pH to an alkaline state, which is known to boost your immune system. So your immune system is functioning at a higher capacity to fight off bacteria and viruses. I know this. It's proven. I also know it creates an electrified hypochlorous acid. Now, hypochlorous acid is something that you can actually, I believe it's an over-the-counter kind of thing that you can get. And it helps with wounds and wound care and healing and things like that. But when it's electrified, it's been lab tested and proven to be even more effective than bleach and ammonia, which is really impressive. So it kills almost any bacteria it's been tested up against, and any virus, same thing. But it's never been tested on the C19. It's been tested on the C18 and down all the way to the C1, but it's never been tested on the C19. Now you got to ask why? Why hasn't it been tested on that yet? Good question. I don't know. I don't have the answer for you. I wish it was. I wish that somebody in the FDA, the president, Dan Bongino, somebody would wake up and say, hey, we got something that might work, and that's not a drug, that's just basic water, that's transmitted and transferred over and changed into this electrified hypochlorous acid that's known to kill all these litany of other bacteria and viruses. Let's try that. Let's see if that works on the C19. And maybe we're not there yet. Maybe we don't have access to that type of test yet. I'd like to think we were there, but I would like to try that before I try some friggin' drug, especially based on all the litany of side effects of this drug. That's what they're going to push on us. And people are just going to gobble this up. Why? Because it's approved by somebody either in the drug industry or the government or the FDA or whomever that says it's cool, that we can take it, that we can try it to stop this C19. And you wonder why I don't trust government. And you wonder why I don't trust the FDA. And you wonder why I don't trust drug companies and vaccinations and all those things. And we can get into all that. We can get into vaccinations. We can talk about that. You want to have a conversation about that? I'm right here. I'm not anti-vax. I'm anti-government control. I'm anti-government telling me what to put in my body. Now, what if the government said, well, we just passed a law that said you got to take vaccinations because we said so, and the citizens voted on that, and now they got a vaccination for the C19 that has side effects that sterilizes your kids. How would you know? How would you know if they had created something like that until after it happened? And then what? Then you're going to sue them for $300 million? Great. Get your payout, and now you're sterilized, and the company made $600 million on the vaccine. So there's still net profit of $300 million. So the $300 million payout that they just had means nothing to them. And that's the problem. That's why I don't trust it, because I don't know what those people are up to. I don't believe them. I don't trust them. I trust my research based on doctors and information that I find on my own, because I know that I'm smart enough up in here to check myself before I wreck myself. And you should be too. You know you're better than that. You know you're stronger than that. You know you're more capable. You ain't stupid. They make you feel stupid because you're not certified. You're not a doctor. You don't have a medical license. You didn't go to school for it. That doesn't make you friggin' stupid. The only thing that makes you stupid is ignorance. I don't choose ignorance. I hate ignorance. There's not much I hate in this world. Ignorance is definitely high on the list, because it's just stupidity to not research, to not do your diligence, to just trust doctors, to just trust people. Yeah, there's a lot of good doctors out there. There's a lot of good doctors out there. There's a lot of people that mean well. But there's a lot of people that don't. Maybe, I don't know what the percentage is. Does it really matter? It only takes one person to want to hurt you. It only takes one person to want to do somebody harm, to not make it worth it. Where do drugs come from? Why are we just loaded with heroin and cocaine and opium and all these drugs? Vicodin. What? You ever take Vicodin? You ever get addicted to Vicodin? Where'd that come from? Huh. A pharmaceutical company that said this is a pain medication. And then you got addicted to it and it was hurting you and you couldn't get off of it. And it damaged some people. And then they what? They had a liability case and they made their payout and they had the same net profit as I just talked about. They made money even after paying out the liability because you trust them, because it's FDA approved. You got to do your research. You're smarter than that. If you don't have time, then you need to follow people that do, because those are the ones that are going to protect you. You have to know who to trust. You got to go to somebody like Dan Bongino or somebody that John Solomon or Sarah Carter or a litany of other people who are trustworthy to find the truth. But if you're just going to trust MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, Fox News, New York Times, Washington Post, these major news outlets that pay their host millions of dollars, millions of dollars, to sit there and tell you the truth? I don't think so. I don't think so. I will not take what anybody says for face value. I don't care who it is. I question everything. I always ask why. Why does this work? How does it work? And what makes it true? And that's what you do, and that's what you should do too, is question everything. I'm trying to give you some healthy water. You're questioning me, but you ain't questioning MSNBC. For crying out loud. I get why you're questioning me, and I'm encouraging you to do it. Check me. I ain't scared. You want to have a debate? You want to talk about it? I'm right here. But you can't question MSNBC. Why? Oh, because they're a trusted news outlet? Because they're on TV? Dang. For a guy that's making, what did Matt Lauer make a year? I forget, it was like 30 million a year? More, 50 million a year? I forget. Sad, really, that that's what we trust and that's what we believe in without doing the work ourselves. Because that's what it comes down to. You want to learn anything, you want to be able to do anything, you got to sit down and do the work yourself, the hard work. And if you don't have time, you need to follow people that do, because that's where you get your truth. And you got to have the truth to take care of yourself. So I'm just going to leave it with that. Like, we got to make a decision, society. We either quarantine everything, we stop travel between states, we shut down everything, we shut down the debts that people owe. I think the bankers will be just fine. They'll be just fine without a paycheck for once in their life. We got to stop everything. No more mortgages, no more rents due, no electrical due, no heat due, and no movement. Nothing. Nobody move. You stay in your house. You go get food when you need it. You get your medical supplies if you need it. If you have immune compromised, if you're immune compromised or you're concerned about getting sick, stay inside, stay in your house, and get somebody to help you. Shit, I'll help you. Give me a call. FaceTime me, message me, email me. I swear I will come and bring you what you need. I'm healthy. At least that's what I think. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm good. I haven't had any symptoms. My kids have not had any symptoms. I'm drinking the right water. I have the hand sanitizer solution. I will bring you water. I will bring you hand sanitizer solution, and I will bring you whatever food, medical supplies, whatever it is that you need. But you got to reach out. I can't help you unless you reach out. So we got to make a choice. Are we self-quarantining? Are we quarantining society completely and shutting off everything, stopping time, stopping debts and everything? Or are we going to do this half-assed, like self-quarantine, but allowing people from New York City and all these cities to infiltrate rural areas of the country, bringing the disease with them. No, I don't like that either. I'm not allowed to go to work, but I got to pay my bills. I know I'm not the only one in this boat, and I'm self-employed. Like I'm okay. I'm a painter. I don't hardly ever see anybody. I'm at a client's place with nobody there. I got to go to the paint store. Hopefully they don't shut the paint store down because then I can't get any paint. Then I am out of a job. And then I still got to pay my mortgage? Mm-mm. I got to pay for my shed that's outside. I got to pay for my truck. Mm-mm. My electric bill, my heating bill, and my food, and my kids, my credit cards, my debt. I got to pay for all that still? I don't think so. We either shut everything down or we get back to normal. And we quarantine those who are concerned and need help. And we get people helping them. But to me, if we're really going to take this seriously, we shut everything down. So that's where I stand. Comment, leave your comments, concerns, questions, whatever. You want to have a conversation, hit me up. I will send you information so we can dialogue and we'll talk this thing through. I ain't afraid of debate. Debate is healthy. So let's do it. You guys have a great one. We'll see you.